Hello, inspired thinker. I'm feeling pretty inspired today, just off of our weekly webinar with the Inspired Leadership Signature Program participants. And we've got an amazing group of leaders, and the Tuesday webinars when we gather together, it's just so exciting to see what they're learning and how they're connecting. And I wanted to share with you today a theme that we focused on in the Inspired Leadership Program. This morning, I shared a statistic that came from Well-Being at Work, a Gallup book written by Jim Clifton and Jim Harder. And as I was doing some research on another project, I came across this statistic that globally, 1 in 2 employees are clear about what's expected of them at work. Only 50% of employees worldwide are clear about what's expected of them at work. And it goes on to say that for those that are unclear, that can create, people who are unclear report higher daily worry, stress, anxiety, and isolation. So this jumped out at me. It also made sense, sadly, whenever we want to give feedback to employees or colleagues. As we get into those feedback conversations, I think 9 times out of 10, we realize, it's been my experience, that it's because I wasn't clear on the task or what the outcome of the project would look like, or what the timeline of the project needed to be, when those deliverables were actually expected. Me, as the leader, was not clear about what was expected. So of course, when expectations aren't met, we want to give feedback to the person who didn't meet our expectations. But in fact, we need to be more clear about those expectations. So, and I'm uncomfortably laughing because this is something I am constantly working on. Is I know that as a leader, I need to be more clear. And sometimes that's hard for me because I know my ideas are still in formation as we're getting the project going. So I'm not even clear on what the outcome looks like. And so that can be challenging for people to work alongside me because I am not always clear. So I'm working on this. I'm really aware of it. It's a constant practice. So we talked about that in the Inspired Leadership Program today. And it's something I've actually integrated into the Inspired Results coaching system. I think before we can have coaching conversations, we need to have clarity conversations. We need to get clear on expectations. We need to be clear on our role. We need to be clear on goals. What does success look like in this job? And we need to be clear on support. How will we support? So lots of layers to that. I was just really excited to share it with you as a tip for today, as part of the Inspired Results community. Where do you need to get clear? As an employee, there's probably an area that you're not feeling clear about. Go have that conversation with your supervisor. Get the clarity you need so that you're not in worry, stress, anxiety, or isolation. One of our amazing participants this morning said, I just want to share with the group that I actually had a clarity conversation with my leader on Friday. And she said it was a little bit uncomfortable and required some courage. She said, I felt so much better after I had the conversation. And she actually used the word empowered. I felt empowered after I had that conversation. So this is the tip for today. Have a clarity conversation either with your supervisor or have a clarity conversation with people who work for you and with you. We just can't spend enough time there. We need to constantly revisit, what does it look like? Brene Brown's favorite phrase, paint done, paint done for people. All right, that's my soapbox rant for today. Excited to share that with you. Lots of energy within Inspired Results Group. Lots of exciting expansion and announcements to come in the weeks ahead. So stay tuned, stay hopeful, and stay curious. Have a great week.